Hello again, guys. The next one we're going to be looking at is using the loft tool to create these sort of spiralized twisted vases with different shapes and bits and pieces. So make sure you've got Inventor open and create a new part. So we're going to create a simple loft tool design first. So it should look something like this one here, but we're just going to do a straight one for now. So we want to start with a 2D sketch. I'm going to put it on the base here. I'm going to do a rectangle and we're going to do it 60 millimeters by 60 millimeters. So if we finish that sketch and zoom out, you can see we've got the base square here. Now, to use the loft tool, we want to create a new work plane that is offset, so far away from this one. So we want to go to plane and then down to offset. So it creates a plane that is parallel to the one we've just done, but we can type how far away it's going to go. So if we click here on origin, it opens up the different planes that we've already got. So as you can see, we've drawn on the XZ plane. So we're going to click on that one. And then it asks you to type how far away we want it. Now remember, the height of our vase maximum was 150 millimeters. So we're going to type that in. Zoom so you can see it. And we're going to start our new sketch on that far away work plane. Yes, you can see the drawing underneath it. That helps you to line up and make sure that your work is really nice and accurate. So what we're going to do is another rectangle, but it's going to be a little one. So we will do 20 millimeters by 20 millimeters, so really quite small. Now, once you've got that drawn on there, what we can do is use our project geometry tool from before. If we pick those two, the top and the side there, we can then add dimensions. So that is currently 24.8-ish. Now, if we have 60 and we take away 20, we've got 40. And we want an even space either side. So we need this to be 20 millimeters. And then we do the same on the other side. And that puts it exactly in the middle. Now, as you can see, we've got this one directly above the base where we want it and right in the middle. So we've clicked finish sketch and now we click on loft. So it says sections, click to add. So we click on the section down at the bottom, click to add, and then the section up at the top. Now what that does is it joins it up. Now do remember we can always hide the visibility of the work plane so you can see it like that. And of course we do want to make sure that we are shelling at 3 millimeters like that. So that would be a pretty thin and tall vase, but that is the basics of using the loft tool. So what I want you to do is just choose a plastic colour from here, any colour that represents plastic, doesn't really matter. And I want you to screenshot that onto your little simple loft tool with Inventor here. And the next one we're going to look at is what we call a varied width one. So as you can see here, the width of this top bit is different to the size of the bottom bit. We're going to do a slightly different one where it goes slightly different in the middle. So file, new part. Make sure you're saving them. So file, save as. And I've already got, or I should already have, there we go. So there we go, save that one, start our sketch on the bottom, and I'm going to use circles this time. So from this middle point here, I'm going to type 60mm, so I've got my really big base, and finish sketch. We're going to do our offset plane, and we're going to, so XZ plane, distance it away, but we're going to go about halfway up. So let's do 75mm away. There we go. We'll start a sketch on that work plane. And to line up your circle in the middle, just make sure you've clicked on that green dot again and it will be perfectly aligned. It doesn't have to be, you could do one slightly off to the side that sort of starts in a different place, make it more interesting to look at, that's up to you. So 30mm, finish sketch, and then we're going to add one more. So offset from plane, and I'm going to offset it from this one that's floating up in the sky. So not this one down here, but the one that's already there. And we're going to do 75mm away from that one. There we go. We'll start a new sketch on that, and I'll pick up my circle in the middle. I'm going to do my chunky 60mm again. We will loft that by selecting the bottom, clicking and selecting the middle, clicking and selecting the top. There we go. Now, as you can see, I can actually go on and edit the sketches on the work plane afterwards. So if I wanted to make that one even narrower, I could double click on sketch 2 and update it simply by doing that. So you can actually experiment afterwards. You've just got to make sure that you're highlighting the right one. So you can see it goes green when you hover over the sketches on the panel on the left. Okay, so I'm going to shell this one 3mm and put a render on it. It's going to be pink. I don't know why it's going to be pink. There we go. And that one goes on your varied width loft. So please put that one on there and then go on to the next video when you're done.